Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the CGPL Season 3 Championships. Thank you for joining us. My name is Uber. I'm here with Elfish Guy. We are into Map 2 of this extravaganza. It's Streamline versus the Sneaky Assassins. And what an interesting first game, or map should I say, that was. Dust 2, Sneaky Assassins all over it.
That is true. And we are now on to the second map. Looks like we are ready to go. The players, I think, just waiting for us to ready up, and we are saying yes, we are in fact ready, and let's see what we can do. Get into this game.
How nice of
that was nice.
That's a rare occasion. Normally we come in, it's like 5 rounds into the game, but
and we're like, oh, what's going on?
Fantastic.
Now we've just got to get them time pauses.
But yeah, let's talk about that last round, because some interesting things transpired, I think, for us. So that we probably expected, by and large, a lot more from Streamline. That being said, they did make that comeback sort of in those last few rounds of the game.
They were down 11-4, so they came back to 16-13.
16-13
which was a pretty decent attempt from them to get back to 15-15, and unfortunately they didn't manage to get to that point, but it's not too bad for them. They've got some rounds in the bank that they can play with here. They just need to restrict Sneaky Assassins to 12 rounds.
That's not bad.
If they want to win the best of 2, which is certainly doable here.
Especially if a team's feeling confident on Cage as well. You know, that's going to be interesting. It could be Streamline's map. You know, we could be one of those teams that, I don't know, I have
Well, this is Streamline's pick, so...
Okay. Yeah, I have an issue with teams that are a bit inconsistent on Dust. I think if you can't play Dust, then you're always going to be... It's almost like you're always going to be playing one round down, because it almost always escapes the veto process. And especially best of 3s, best of 5s, even more so. Not if they even happen anymore, I don't know. But
not in Australia,
Dust always,
at least.
Dust always is a fixture. It always comes up because it is supposed to be the go-to for most people. So
have we actually cast a game today that hasn't had Dust? I haven't. All my games have had Dust.
I did it in Inferno Cache early on.
Okay.
Inferno Cache.
Yes.
It's the immunity game.
Well, so 1 out of, what, 4 now?
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Oh, well, we expect this. We actually haven't seen Mirage yet.
Yeah, which is interesting.
Out. I don't know why.
We saw a lot of Mirage at PDG Invitational, which was the last kind of national LAN that we had, and none so far. So that's interesting. But I mean, Chiefs are a good team on Mirage, and we haven't seen them play yet. So potentially, we'll see them picking that one up sometime in the future. But nonetheless, we are now into the pistol round here. Lots of well, those are probably decoys. Nope, smokes and stuff. Everything's going out. Everything's going crazy here in the pistol round. I don't even know what's going on, but it looks like Sneaky Assassin's going to be the terrorist side at the moment, and they are looking towards mid-control at the moment. They've got 1 man in there already, but the smokes, just I think those were smokes from Sneaky Assassins, just so that they could get some players in there. They're going to be heading now towards B. Probably that guy in mid going to head into vents and try and get onto that site. A trade 1-for-1 so far going out between these two teams, and Sneaky Assassins have got some decent positioning on that B bomb site, but doesn't seem like Streamline are too keen to give up this round just yet. It's going to be a fake, in fact, actually. You can see the bomb planted here towards the A bomb site by the final 2 players. That's going to be Romper Stomper and Payback, who were pretty good in the last map, so they certainly can bring this 2v3 back, but you'd give it to the Streamline guys at the moment. And Wolfberg jumping in there with a nice headshot. It's going to be up to Payback, who we saw go absolutely ham in the last one. Oh, he does it! Picks up a 3K, and that was fantastic from him.
Absolutely perfect as well. Like the fact that he didn't get shredded down as well himself is interesting in itself, because everyone has pistols, all right. This isn't some sort of weird like anti-eco side of strat, but he found the head every single time, and that really worked out for him. Some may say the Rego was good.
Yes,
but that's a absolutely massive clutch. Not only was it a plant as well, but also those kills came through. And now, I mean,
certainly had no business winning that 3v1.
Absolutely, but you know that is the game of Counter-Strike, my friend. That sometimes you don't, and yet you still get the kills. So now Philo just trying to mix it up in mid here. He does find Ferg with some stray bullets. And I really doubt that Ferg intended to be picked up in that manner. When do we ever? Tedwick now over on the A site. Destiny is watching mid here, so he's picked up that scout. Always the man to go in that direction when it's required there. Actually, that Juice picked up the kills. He works in towards long. Teams that push into Squeaky on the CT side, very, very ballsy. Often you leave the player without any follow-up. It's very much a solo mission when you go in there. And Juice will take down Tedwick as well. So he's picked up 2 kills on his trip towards that A site. And it's going to be the plant here. Moeloau and Destiny now have to... Well, I think Moeloau's heading for the border, to be honest. Destiny now might try and find some form of exit, but the scout is going to be pretty important to him. It's a very, very risky play for him. He does, I think, get the tag there. And he's just going to sit way back in spawn and just bide his time. Well out as well. He really doesn't want to get involved in this one.
Yeah, he wants to keep that armor of his, probably more so than that P250. And the armor going to do him a world of good in the next round. Obviously going to avoid a little bit of aim punch with that one. And we'll see now. It's going to be another round going over to the terrorists. So Sneaky Assassins starting themselves off well once again. We did see them pick up that really early lead on Dust, and it looks so far like it's happening again on Cash. We're going to see if the Streamline guys are going to buy up here in this third round. Doesn't look like they really have the bank available, but they did do it on Dust, and it didn't work out for them. So I think perhaps learning from their mistake here, and just going to eco one more.
Yeah, I mean, Destiny obviously held on towards that scout. And he did pick up a few kills within the last few rounds. Let's see if he can continue to use it effectively. Robert going to be going on his own towards that B site. Juice towards A. Romper Stomper as well, just trying to maybe open things up inside of A main. Payback's still in mid here. So Romper Stomper and Juice them in to watch at this stage if they're going to be pushing any further anyway. Definitely got to try and create an opportunity in A main. We actually see a few players. I mean, it is quite a stack here from the CTs. Destiny quite low after that few salvos there coming from Rob. He's forced way back inside that B side. He's going to be watching the corner with the scout, but this shot, he's got to hit. I mean, and they have some armor as well, so he's really got to hit very, very well or just try and back away. He does have to back away. Didn't actually get the hit at all, so now he pushes himself back on towards that B side. He's the only one there as well. Stack did not work out for Streamline in this occasion. Destiny's just got to try and hold. It's a bad position to be in. He's outnumbered, and he doesn't really have the best weapon for holding a bomb site. And now we're just seeing some rotation from the CT, so just far too long it did take. And, well, I guess there's always a risk of rotating too early, but this is far too late.
Indeed, and it's going to be a very tough retake here from the counter-terrorists. So probably not even really worth trying at the moment. It's 5v3 and they've only got pistols, but I guess they're just looking for exits and see if they can get some guns out of the hands of those players from Sneaky Assassins, and they've done so. They've picked up a couple of kills, so that's pretty good for them. You still are going to be able to hang around here and might be able to find another one, which would actually really turn it into a pretty decent eco, taking 3 guns out of the hands, but the final man is only Robber Stomper. He's got himself a Galil, and yeah, looks like all these guys from the terrorists are going to get out safely, and Justillo probably going to die to the bomb here. And looks like he's resigned to his fate. He
left Romper Stomper on 1 HP there as well. Just a kiss.
Bad luck.
Send him packing. What? Absolutely. Again, a similar situation to what we saw last time. I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, you know, Streamline, super strong team, expect them to come out on top. This time, a little bit of a different story. Well, no, same story to Dust, but different to what I expected. It's a 3-0 lead, but here is the gun round.
The all-important gun round coming out. Okay, we're going to see now what Streamline can do with this one. Of course, they are on that CT side, so you would favour them in this in this matchup. But Payback coming up pretty huge with that AWP so far. We saw him go massive on Dust and picking up that first frag onto Ferg, when really you would have expected Ferg would have been able to pick that one up for himself. And it's going to be now a 4v5 in the favour of the Sneaky Assassins, and they're trying to get some map control. They haven't really got too much here. They've got a little bit into A main, but Justillo says no thank you and puts him down with a headshot. So back to the 4v4 situation, which is now going to be pretty good for Streamline, but it is going to open up the map a little bit for the terrorists. There is always going to be one less angle that is going to be watched by those counter-terrorists, and a big boost coming out here we can see from the Sneaky Assassins up onto boost spot, and they're going to spot someone out into the vent, and you cannot miss those, as you say, Mitch. And well, almost picked up 2 kills there for Streamline, but in the end, Payback just managed to survive on 18 HP, and that's going to really put a spanner in the works here for the Sneaky Assassins if they want to do something. They only have about 35 seconds left to go in this round, so they do have to move quickly now. It looks like they're heading to mid. It's going to be mid to A, probably up highway, and we'll see what they can do here. The AWP is out and having a look down there, down the big long sight line. Can he find anything here? He's going to spot someone out, but I think he just flicked his aim over a little bit and unfortunately wasn't able to hit it. Justillo picks up a nice kill with the grenade, and Destiny finds one. Tedwick combining for another. So everyone having a piece of the cake here for the Streamline guys.
Well, it's just as well that they're picking that round up now. That gun round is paying off for them.
Yeah.
Definitely got a few more that they need to really accrue at this stage. There's going to be no warps at all on the side of Streamline here. They're not going to really dabble in any of that stuff at this time. None of that black magic. We don't do any of that here, but so they're just going to try and hold. Look at Ferg and Moelawau. Very, very avant-garde strategy here as they push forward. really trying to take control of mid and trying to squeeze, I guess, the Sneaky Assassins out into an ill-advised push. But right here, the setup is over towards long here. You can see, look how many guys are about to pour out a Squeaky. This is about to get very, very ugly. Tedwick with a double. Usila gets the burn down on Philo as well. Robertson trying to push straight out on towards short, but he's not going to find anyone.
See you later.
And that was a very quick and decidedly dirty round there.
Yeah.
Streamline pick up their second. How we expect to see that if it was an eco coming out from Sneaky Assassins.
Really nice round coming out there from Streamline. They didn't lose a single gun, means they don't have to buy up, so the bank is slowly increasing for them, and we can see already Tedwick's got over $6,000, so he's definitely going to be able to buy up a few guns for his teammates if they need it, and the counter-terrorist starting to look pretty here, but it is going to be another buy round here for the Sneaky Assassins on terrorist side. They've all got themselves an AK and plenty of grenades to work with, so they do have a lot of options coming out here into this 6th round, and we'll see if they can turn the tides once again back in their favour, but it is going to be tough. The guys from Streamline certainly looking on since the second half of Dust, and definitely doing some decent work so far at the moment in this map. But definitely have to hold out. This is going to be a pretty important round, I feel like. You know, whoever picks this one up could potentially run away with the first half, and we'll see what happens here. It's going to be moments now before Tedwick is probably going to spot out a player there. I believe that's Payback. Is he going to peek out in time, or is he just going to sit here and wait? Looks like they're just going to wait around, and it looks like Destiny, in fact, is going to be the first one to pick up a frag here onto Rob. I think that was over on the B site, on mid, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in fact. So nothing gained, really, at the moment for Sneaky Assassins, and a minute and a half already gone from this. And again, they've just playing the time down quite a lot, and they did it in the last round as well, or not the last round, but the round before that. The last gun round, I guess you could say, and it didn't work out fantastically for them, but they've gotten themselves onto the B side. There wasn't a lot of defense there from Streamline, but Destiny managed to find himself up in heaven, and Ustilo is going to find himself another, and of course all the kills going there over to the Streamline guys. And once again, another round where the Streamline haven't lost a player, and their bank is increasing once again, so they are sitting very happily with a lot of money.
Far more consistent display this time around from the Streamline guys. Obviously, lose 3, win 3. They're happy enough with that. Now, obviously, they've got the money advantage here, and they can start, again, or continue, should I say, to apply pressure here to the Sneaky Assassins. But have a look at this. Tedwick's walked into what he thought might have been a trap, but he's turned it right around and made it a bloodbath in his name. Tedwick with 2, Philo picked up 1, and there goes the A-main push, completely scattered here. And Philo trying to make something of this, but Philo is going to deny that opportunity here. And Deuce is the last man standing. The bomb is a long way from where he is. And his team are all 6 feet under where he is.
Well, he's only got a P250. I mean, it's not even really worth saving. But on the same token, if you take a gun out of the hands of Streamline, it's not really going to hurt them too much either. So he's got a few options. Either he can just sit around here for another 50 seconds and do what he can, but it doesn't look like the Streamline guys are going to allow that. They look like they're hunting for him, and surely they're going to spot him out here. If he can pick up 1 kill, that'd be nice for him, but oh, he does indeed, and so it's going to be 1 for 1 there. But again, another pretty good round coming out from Streamline. Probably shouldn't have lost that last kill, but in the end, look at the bank that they've got. 2 guys on 10,000 plus, and so many dollars in the bank for them.
Yeah, I mean, they did lose the first 3 rounds, but the real money started flowing after that. So
that's the big esports dollars.
It's the esports dollars, the fabled esports moolah, nonetheless. Let's see how the spread is for Sneaky Assassins on this round after, obviously, quite a few unsuccessful attempts here to try and get in and get a plant down. You see, they're spreading it quite heavily here. Deuce actually is going to be going in through Squeaky. If he makes any sound, he will absolutely be heard by the player directly above him. He opens the door and a bit of spray through. So Tedwick knows. He knows he's there. The rest of his team, however, concentrated towards me. This has actually drawn Ustilo across the face of the bomb site here, just to try and harass. He's going to shut the door inside Juice's face. But what are Sneaky Assassins doing with this time? How are they, you know...
They're not really making any inroads into the map, I think is what you're trying to get at. But it looks like they're going to finally do something here, and they're going to be, well, destroyed there by Destiny, who pops out of the vents at the perfect time. A nice flash came out and completely messed up the Sneaky Assassin's day. Destiny picks himself up 2. Philo, though, finally trades him out. So a 3v4, and certainly still winnable here for the Sneaky Assassins, but they are going to have an uphill battle, at least in this round. see if they can find one. A dink coming out onto Philo, and luckily for him, there was no AK on the side of the counter terrorist, and it wasn't a one-shot kill, but that's going to be enough to probably seal the deal here. It's going to be up to Deuce, and he is not going to be able to do anything there, and Ustilo shuts him down. So 3 men alive again for counter terrorist, and really the Sneaky Assassins guys need to start getting some of these guns out of the hands of the Streamline.
Yeah, as you say that, I mean, Streamline are left now to accrue so much funds. Romper Stomper going James Bond as well. You know, like Sneaky Assassins just with a really, we're seeing a very different side of them to what we saw in that last map. You know, they're going to let this game get away from them. Even though they won the first map, they could still lose here if they allow too many rounds to go over towards Streamline here. There's the
running boost, which didn't work.
Still.
It was close. It looked nice. Good try.
All right. Well, no points for effort, unfortunately, here. It's all about getting the frags. Rob is the forward-most player here for the Sneaky Assassins. And he's going to make his way on towards Shorty. He does see the jumping man, but Ferg finds Philo there as well. A lot of cover for people over at the A side. Rob unable to really get in there now. He's watching towards mid. He knows he's covered on his rear. So he's just going to sidle his way up and wait for Destiny. Yeah, he's thinking about it. He wants to flash that one first before he even goes out. So nothing being revealed to him there yet. Now Juice wants to work through Squeaky. Tedwick sitting on the side. All the nades in his very big friend. He knows that he's about to get jumped right on top of it. The Molotov probably doesn't really go in the direction he would have liked it to. Now he's going to trade in. Romper Stomper and Payback get one. Destiny gets 2, though, for his trouble. And he's still standing. He's coming in. He's back with a vengeance, ladies and gentlemen. Makes it the 3rd and puts a bullet straight to the head of Romper Stomper. Destiny, a far better map from that man.
12-3. Wow. Well, doing all right for himself. Certainly, Payback isn't really being able to replicate what he was able to do on Dust so far, but hasn't really had much of an opportunity. They've been down to some pretty dangerous or not advantageous positions in these rounds, and hasn't had much time to shine, but hopefully going to be able to pull something out of his hat and bring up the Sneaky Assassins guys, see what they can do here. But it's going to be a 1-for-1 so far already in this round. A pretty quick round starting to come out here, which is potentially a good thing for Sneaky Assassins. The slow rounds haven't been working out for them, so maybe trying to speed it up and see what they can do. Perhaps surprise the Streamline guys with something. But again, slowing it down once more and not really doing a lot. They've got control mostly of mid. They've got at least got a man in there, so they can get in there a little bit easier than you would expect. But not really doing a whole lot with it. The bomb finally heading towards mid, and possibly going to go here up towards highway, up towards A, and it's going to be up to Ferg here, trying to do his work from, I guess, close to truck. Destiny finds one there on Porsche. Philo picks one up. Rob finds another one onto Tedwick, and Rob finds 2 for himself. So this could be the round now where Sneaky Assassins decide they want to turn it around. It's going to be up to Moelolo, and it's going to be difficult for him. He's going to find one, but unfortunately not the second. And a round goes over to Sneaky Assassins.
They needed it. They absolutely needed that round. It's been 6 rounds since their last win, and important for them now. You can see the distribution of arms in their spawn, because they really haven't really had a chance to build up any sort of economic buffer, whereas the crew from Streamline, plenty of dollars to spend here, all going for the M4s here. Let's see how they decide to play this round. Looks like they're pushing up yet again. It's always the Ferg and Tedwick show here in mid. You can see they're really trying to get up in the face of the Sneaky Assassins, not giving any room. Moelo Hours will join in the crew. So it really, you know, that's become very meta, is taking that mid control away from your opponents on Cache. They've done well so far. Ferg just trying to hide back in the corner. Moelo Hour in probably the most vulnerable position there, but he does manage to get the better of Philo. But he's very, very low. He's going to have to back right on out of that one. Maybe allow Ferg to step up if he has to. He won't poke in towards the garage, but to wait for the push out. Payback drops. 5v3. Streamline guys with a few early picks and just a matter of good positioning now. Deuce, again, he's the man always trying to make something happen at long. But it's easy for him to get cut down. That was Rob in A main going down. And now Romperstorm is going to have to go and retrieve the bomb. Deuce hasn't really done anything. I mean, he sort of sits in long and he tries to jump out, but he splits himself up for his teammate. They can't trade into a bomb site at all. He just has to wait there and hope that his teammate can actually get out onto the site and get some frags.
Well, not going to be the case there. Ferg picks up one, and Ustilo picks up another, and Streamline picking themselves up another comfortable round, not losing a gun once again. Interestingly enough, no ore being picked up by the Streamline guys, but I guess if it's not broke, you don't need to fix it, is the old adage.
Yeah, we definitely don't fix it. But that was, a glimmer of hope there for the Sneaky Assassins, or at least a glimmer of their chance to get back in this game. That has now faded away. They are back on the eco, and now they're going to make the move towards B. It is a quick move. It is a foxtrot, if I've ever seen it. But Moalawau going to pick up Rob there on his push, and that's going to slow that one down a bit. I love watching this running boost. That's so good. They've done it perfectly. Moalawau, Ferg as well. Everyone getting a piece of the action here. And that is Moalawau to clean up there, as you would expect to see in that eco round. It's now 8-4.
Okay. Well, I've just been told that it's 20 rounds and 20 here for these two teams. And that means that if Streamline manage to pick up one more round, they should be able to get ahead, I guess, in the best of two, but certainly not going to win it. They need to pick up 12 rounds in the best of two, in this map at least. So we'll see what they can do. No, they need to be restricted to 12 rounds. They need to pick up 14 rounds.
Correct.
I was mistaken. All right. It's all hard, the maths. I was never good at maths at school.
So it's layers of complexity upon layers of complexity. It's all too much for us right now. But what is probably complex, probably is what most complex, is Sneaky Assassin's route towards the bomb site, or at least them getting onto a bomb site without getting decimated here. Robstopper has some ideas. He wants to lead his team on towards that B side. They don't really have a hell of a lot of nades, and Destiny was waiting for them there in the vent. He makes it 2. Juice will finally respond on towards him, but a little bit late. He's already put a massive spanner in the works here for the assault of the Sneaky Assassins. Not living up to their name in the sliders right now. Moalawau gets a quick double there, and Tedwick makes his contribution as well.
Clinical play coming out here from Streamline. They're just doing everything right at the moment, and Sneaky Assassins don't seem to have an answer for it. They're going to be forced to eco again, so it's going to probably be a 10-4 scoreline, potentially 11-4, which would be a big turnaround considering that's what we saw Sneaky Assassins doing to the Streamline guys in the last map. But certainly always an opportunity for the Sneaky Assassins guys to come back here on the CT side, and they'll try and do what they can with this eco round, but I wouldn't expect too much out of them. Justillo went very low there, but managed to find Romper in the end through that smoke. And it's really going to put a spanner in the works there for the Sneaky Assassins guys. And
choke.
Destiny takes him out. And it's going to be 2 kills there for Destiny. And deciding perhaps he doesn't actually want to take that silencer off, which is what he started doing. But in the end, it doesn't matter. Sneaky Assassins having a lot of trouble in this eco round, as to be expected. If they need to... If they have any goal with the rest of this round, it would be to take some of those guns away. But not going to happen. Only one of them. Tedwick seals the deal there with the final kill, and it's 10-4. So now going to be a... that should be a full buy there coming out from Sneaky Assassins.
Yeah, they can make the buy here. And this being obviously the last round of the half, they are going to spend every last penny in their pocket here. 10-5 wouldn't be terrible. It really wouldn't be. This map is considered to be a little bit less CT biased than others, but you'd be okay with 5 rounds on the T side. It's probably the most standard halftime score we would have seen all day so far, if I'm not mistaken. Here's Ferg pushing up, as always, like a bulldog. Really wants a piece of the Sneaky Assassins here, but Philo's going to open up the account on towards Justillo. And that was Justillo pushing really deep there, I think, at Squeaky. So I'm not really sure what that was about. Maybe we'll see the rest of that idea revealed in the rest of the strategy here for Streamline. They still have a few men on the field. The bomb is held behind A main here by the Sneaky Assassins, and we're going to see a set play here over onto that A side. Destiny is going to give us a good view to see that one from. A couple of smokes going to be flying over the top here. That's a lot of smokes. That's all right. Let's see if this works
Obviously
out. Though.
An execute.
That's the entry there. The Payback is going to be pushing in. Can Destiny deal with this push? Yes, he takes that one as well. Payback is going to respond. Payback getting the kills. He's had a fairly quiet first half, but that was not too bad at all. Philo manages to pick up Tedwick as well. Bomber's going to get planted. Default. Payback still finds the frag. That last round was very, very big from him. And halftime comes up. 10-5 the scoreline. Does this really surprise you, having seen the results of that first map? Is this something you really expect?
Not really. I feel like Streamline just took a little bit to warm up, honestly, in that first map. We would have expected something more from them in the first half of that first map. And maybe this is a little bit further apart than what we would have expected to see, but probably would have seen something like 9-6. But 10-5, certainly something that we would have expected coming out from Streamline. They were probably the favourites for this one, and certainly showing what they can do in this one. In this map, but we are now into the pistol round here for the second half, and it's going to be very important for Sneaky Assassins. Not so important for Streamline, but if they want to close this one out quickly and get that round advantage and that sort of thing, then perhaps they will want to look for that. But they're going to be on the T side, so they're going to have to make the moves here. I think they're waiting. Destiny is going to find one.
How
Yes,
do
he
you win
is.
that?
Payback. There was just a good flick there coming out, and Payback taken down. Rob gets taken down there by Ustillo as well, so it's 3v5 now, and this should be pretty easy for the Glock train to reign supreme, and it looks like it's sort of starting to happen. There is a trade, 4v2, so, Romper Stomper picks up one. Wow, in fact, it looks like Streamline having a little bit of trouble here getting these final frags, but oh dear! Fantastic work there from Philo, and that was some nice shooting. Picks himself up 3 kills.
That was really large. Very, very good work.
That was huge, in the words of PTG.
Yeah, he probably going on about that tomorrow still, I'm sure. An important round there coming up for the Sneaky Assassins. Philly with a very Herculean effort in the final stages of that pistol with a 3K. Only 10 health remaining, and he got the defuse down as well, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be a buy for him. He's going to be able to treat himself to an M4, A4, 3 Famises, and a P90 here. This should absolutely be the beginning of a few round comeback here for the Sneaky Assassins. I mean, this is the thing. You can be down 10-5 halftime, win that pistol, and you're closing the gap very, very quickly.
Yeah, we'll see if they can make it 10-8, which is what we would expect to see. But stranger things have happened. Lots of eco round wins so far for the Aussies at this LAN, but not to be for this round, you would expect. Destiny, the last man alive, is taken down there by Romper Stomper. So pretty easy round there for Sneaky Assassins.
Yep, that was the anti-eco though, as you would expect, and this is where they start to really mount their comeback. I mean, if CTs don't win this one, I mean,
ooh, force buy.
Yeah, I'm not overly surprised by that one, to be honest. They don't want to let this go even. They don't want to have to grind it out the round by round kind of stuff, you know. Streamline already had issues last map here. They can't really allow too many more rounds to go over. So Destiny that's going to get that first kill. He goes down to 3 HP though. And that was I think it was some kind of push towards him, if I'm not mistaken. And look how far forward the Sneaky Assassins have come. Romper Stomper is up there on the roller. And the rest of Sneaky Assassins taking fairly forward positions. Philo waiting for Moello out to push out. Deuce is sitting back here on the side, and Rob will be waiting for a push on towards A. So still a decent split here. That position on top of the roller is so strong, really, and not many people check it. So I have to see how that eventuates in mid.
You check your corners, but you don't check what's up above you, really.
Sometimes you don't even check your corners, man. There's just no time for it, especially if you're rushing a side as well. You just do not check all of your corners now. So Philo sees the molly go up there. There's Romper Stomper picking up the frag on Ferg, as you would expect, but to stay there now would surely be suicide.
Nope. Dropping down is suicide, in fact, there as well. Romper Stomper taken down, but Rob trades one out, so it's even Steven at the moment. Destiny is down on 3 HP, but Rob as well is pretty low, so both these guys you would expect not going to have a huge impact on this game unless something crazy happens and they manage to go Matrix and dodge some bullets. But Tedwick finds one onto Philo, and that's going to open up the A site completely for the terrorists here. They don't know just yet, but the second frag there going over to Streamline is certainly going to make them aware that the site is clear. They've spotted the final man out there playing at truck. Looks like Tedwick is going to have a lot of the job to do. Destiny probably doesn't want to peek too much here in case he gets taken down, but in fact it is going to be Destiny who takes out the final kill, and Streamline 11-7 against Streamline apparently.
Well,
they just fixed it.
I wonder if these guys realise how close the game is in terms of the actual round score. It's tit for tat. So while this may not necessarily be 1-for-1, but it is very, very close. We'll have to see which team can actually pull out on that one. I wonder if they're aware, you think it might change a few things there, but so perhaps better that they're not. It's going to be Nico here for the Sneaky Assassins. It won't stop them from being super aggressive, though. And I think it was Philo who wants to try and get in towards Garage. And well, yeah, he's got a bit of a twitch. He kind of knew something was up, and Philo's not going to be able to get out safely. Paranoia sometimes pays off. And Tedwick are going to be taking away with the scalp of Philo. Deuce at B. No one really on B at all. The attention definitely over at A. Destiny's got himself in towards Squeaky. He's just going to push out quite quickly. Moala wants to come in as well. He's actually got a P250 at this stage. He gets dinked quite heavily as he tries to go in. He's going to have to wait to be part of the second wave of assault. Destiny trying to get the spray down. Tedwick actually finds Romper Stomper with the nade, and then Deuce does go down. Going to be a fairly standard plant up from A-main is a bit of a flank. Destiny caught that one as well. So easily done there for Streamline, but at least by the looks of things.
Yeah, 14 rounds, the magic number here for Streamline. They've only got 2 rounds to go, and they're certainly doing a decent job so far of getting there. They've got a few rounds in a row as well. So Sneaky Assassins have to restrict them now. They really probably don't even want to lose this one. Of course, they have that 2-round buffer, but this round. If they lose that, they're going to have to be back on an eco, so you'd expect it would be fairly even, or easy rather, for the Streamline guys to pick up that 14th round for themselves, but we'll see what happens as we head out here. It's going to be a bit of damage going over to the Streamline guys already, but they have got a few mollies into that B site. Hasn't done too much, though, to Sneaky Assassins. I think they're just waiting around for these smokes to disappear before they decide to go decide where they want to go. It's going to be re-smoked here again, so Ustillo is going to say, well, we might as well back out here and look to other avenues for our attack. And the bomb is already heading over to B. It's going to be dropped down there in case Ferg gets taken out. Obviously, we do know he's going to be all right because there's no one in there according to our mini-map. And he's just going to walk in here and have a look around and see what's going on. And the rest of his team is going to follow him up. So Streamline, 50 seconds left to get onto this site. Presumably going to head towards the A site, judging by their positioning at the moment. But they haven't even spotted anyone out. They have absolutely no intel. Finally, Destiny picks up one kill, though. That was in mid. And Ferg finds another one onto the A site. So it's going to be a very open map now for the Streamline guys. They can decide where they want to go, and there's not going to be too much defense. Ferg is going to be playing here by Cast. Surely we'll be able to find someone in this smoke. He's going to spam through, and he's just going to be able to do a bit of damage, but not quite enough. It's going to be Tedwick to finish it off, and Destiny found one, though, in mid. I think that was down towards Highway, and the final player is going to be Payback for Sneaky Assassins, trying to do what he can, but unfortunately for him, not going to be able to do too much.
1 HP only goes so far, unfortunately. And,
don't you wish you had 5 HP, like sheep?
Yeah, it still wouldn't be enough for an AK bullet, to be honest.
And especially an AK bullet to the head.
Yep. So there we go, Streamline 13-7. Very much a different story to what we saw in the last map. The question is whether they can keep up this charge towards victory. As I said, like the first map was so close that, you know, a deficit like this would mean Sneaky Assassins actually end up losing the game, which would be an interesting turn of events. Definitely annoying for them. Ustillo does pick up Philo there, and that's one pick on the A side, but there were 3 at A, and in fact, the defenders have given up mid-hour on their pistol here, so just Streamline ever inching forward. LOL going to be coming up as well through Squeaky. You can see Ustillo has definitely got company. Destiny not too far away either. Good spray towards Rob. Ustillo's aim has always been sharp. I don't know, he was definitely better at CGPL than he has been this weekend so far, but there is still tomorrow. There we go, Ustillo, Moelawau getting picks there. Going to make their way across on towards that side. It was a very cleverly thrown nade by the man. And now Juice, Payback left to do it all. That's just Payback, I think. And he is all on his lonesome right now. Much the same situation as last round. He will go down.
All right. 14 rounds to Streamline now. So, Sneaky Assassins have got a lot of work to do here to get back into this. And as I've been corrected by Twitch chat, it is in fact Sneaky Assassins who need the 14 rounds, not Streamline. Streamline need to restrict them to the 12 rounds.
Streamline need to win.
Streamline need to win 16, 12 at least. And they're certainly going on the way to do that. They only need 2 more rounds, and Sneaky Assassins would need at least 5 in those 2. So it's going to be tough work for them. And Streamline and Sneaky Assassins both have a bye, so certainly this is probably going to be the round that really decides what's going to happen from here on out. If Streamline win this one, you would expect Sneaky Assassins probably just going to roll over and die from there, but it's going to be up to them to make that not an option. Sneaky Assassins have got the buy. They've got the weapons that they need. It's going to be up to who can kill who first. And nothing too crazy coming out just yet.
Who can kill who first? The age-old game of life, really.
I'm a professional Counter-Striker.
It's all right. We are professionals. Don't try this at home, kids. Otherwise, you'll probably give yourself an aneurysm from your co-caster. Nonetheless, the rest of Streamline now just going to group up here just behind A. They're going to go for another one of those set plays that we just love oh so much. Let's see if they can actually get this one done here. Rob is the man who's got to be watching here from the truck. And here come the nades in. Good coverage here, actually. But Ferg's going to be the man to come out from the doors. And here's a push out from A-Main as well. Philo was flashed as well. He's going to get pushed surely by Ferg in just a moment. Philo will get the better of him in that situation. There we go. Moelawau coming out from behind. They're going to get the double Tedwick. No, sorry, just a single Tedwick with one. Ustillo with one. And Payback's going to be forced away from short there. And it's only going to be Deuce left. What a huge set play coming out from Streamline. And that's the kind of thing that we dream about us casters to see. It was set up well. It was executed well. And the result is quite here now. It's Juice who has to clutch against 3 to make this one happen. The bomb has been down for a little bit already. Juice getting flashed up. Can he find a target? Can he land a shot? He's only got 15 health. That's not much to work with. And Moelawau will put him out of his misery. 15-7. Match point. Streamline have a 5-round buffer to take this best of 2 series.
They would be pretty pleased with how this has been going, and Sneaky Assassins don't quite have a full buy. A few FAMASas coming out on their side, so and also not too many grenades to work with either. So things not looking too good for them. They're just going to do what they can in this round. If they can pull it back, could be a magical comeback. But we'll have to see what they can do. Streamline going to be on the offensive here into mid. That's Tedwick. Actually going to be a kill going over to Sneaky Assassins. That's Philo picking up one, but Ustillo picks up one in return, and that's going to trade out Philo. So it's a 4v4 at the moment, opening up the map a little bit for the terrorists, and they're heading towards the A site once more. It seems to be the favoured site for these guys. Are they going to go and decide to go there? But a rotation I think came around there. Payback picks up one. He's actually in mid, and it could find another one here. Oh, no, he doesn't. Tedwick takes him down. He's too quick, and it's a 3v3. Once again, the manpower is equalized, and mid going to be the option here for Streamline. Are they going to go for a vent entry into B? It appears so. They're going to smoke off mid, so no one can look through there. And just going to hang around here and figure out what they want to do. Ustillo trying to get some intel here, and he does find one, and it is going to be a trade there, so probably not what Streamline would have wanted in that situation, but it's going to allow them to have a 2v1 if they get onto this bomb site quickly, which they do so. But Rob, too good with that FAMAS, and it's going to be Tedwick taken down by his own Molotov, unfortunately.
Bit of a dry spell in terms of rounds for the Sneaky Assassins, but they do find this one. This is going to keep them in the game. Going to keep them in the game here, of course, and if they go for a 15-15, it's actually going to be Sneaky Assassins with the win here. So, yeah, we're all trying to get ahead of the best of two format. Outside of discussing the pros and cons of it, I'm more interested in how it actually works in reality here. So, Tedwick and Destiny set up towards the middle of the map. Ferg always just sniffing around at the B site for an easy pick, or even a difficult one, really, if he's that keen. Not a lot presenting itself here. Very early, though. Destiny working to A main. Ustillo is there as well. Just backing right up. No one's up in the boost spot here, so definitely a bit of freedom to be coming forward with. Noelawar has opened the squeaky door, I think. Make his way in. And at this stage, you know, we can see the Streamline guys are just being very careful. They really want to win this round. They don't want to have to mess around with safety ecos and all that sort of thing. They really just want to make sure it gets done here. We will see the standard set play, if I'm not mistaken. I will expect that, to be honest with you. See, well, there's a holdover at the B side as well, but this is what we're seeing on this side. Except nades come in. Smoke's heavy. Philo can't see a thing. Quad is even smoked off as well. The push is a little bit slower than what we normally used to see. Stilo jumps up.
Wow,
and
that molly.
Why would you smoke the side off and then put yourself in a vulnerable position? Not really sure. But so there you go. The set and nades and smokes don't really eventuate to all that much there. Romperstomper did find Tedwick there. 3v5 situation. Deuce goes a little bit low here on that B side. He manages to hold on, but only until Destiny came and picked him up. Philo on payback doing good work there. And another round comes up for the Sneaky Assassins. They are putting them together. Well, they need to. They absolutely need to.
Indeed, they need to get to at least 13 to tie it and 14 to win. So they are, well, 4 rounds away from a tie, 5 from a win. They cannot afford to drop one. It's going to be the Tech 9s coming out here for Streamline. No armor, even though a few of them had a bit of money, but the grenades going to be the option of choice. So it looks like they're probably going to go for another one of these A executes, chuck the smokes around, and try and get into that site without taking too much damage, and then close the quarters as those smokes dissipate, and then try and do some damage with those. We'll see what they can do here. It looks like it's going to be coming out momentarily. If we can get our camera over there. Ustillo picks up one onto Philo, and Mo picks up another one onto Romperstomper. So this is a good entry here for Streamline. Rob finds one, though, and the trade's coming out here. It's a 2v3 in favour of Streamline. Looks like Tedwick wasn't too pleased with himself, shaking his mouse, I guess. And what looked like it could be a good round coming out for Streamline ended up not being particularly fantastic. But Destiny has found himself a good position. Unfortunately, doesn't hit the shot there, and Payback drops him down. So still, Sneaky Assassins fighting.
Yeah, I mean, Destiny opened himself up to maybe more of an angle than he possibly should have upon poking that corner. Yeah. He wasn't sure where his opponent was going to be there, so he was maybe assuming that it would be closer to truck, where in fact they're actually across to the right side of that sort of corridor. So opened himself up and really created a 2v1 situation where he could easily have taken a series of 1v1s. Now on a Streamline here, off that eco, they didn't want to have to do it beforehand, but they had to. Now they have the money to buy up the guns. But I tell you what, the economy is That's not great. It's going to be definitely a round-by-round situation. They just want to be serious about this A push now, and they're going to go for much of the same setup again. Smokes are going to be coming in. Is just Philo, and of course, you know, Rob's going to be cut off there essentially. Maybe he can see through the smokes. I really doubt it. He is going to be the push onto the side in just a moment. Poor Rob there picked up his Philo. Must be able to see through that surely. Morello are going to come in onto the side as well. Ferg following him with the flash as well. Payback coming up towards that tractor. Does find one kill. Philo with one as well. Ferg and Destiny combining there. Destiny onto the side, making his presence felt. Rob has the AWP, but not a lot of health. And it's not a complete plant there from Destiny. Ferg will pick up the kill. This is what Streamline need to close things out to take the win into the next round of the group stages here. And the bomb does go down. It's a big job for Deuce. He's got a lot to pull off here. There is an AWP by his feet, but he doesn't go for it. Ferg will pick up the kill. And that is the game, 16-10 to Streamline.
All right, that means they're going to win the best of two relatively comfortably. There was 3 or 4 round buffer for them there, so going to be pretty happy with that result. Streamline will be. I think they probably would have maybe liked to go a little bit better on Dust, but in the end, doesn't matter. The best of two going to go over to their favour. Don't know the results of the other matches that were going on at the same time, but Chiefs apparently going to be picking that one up. I assume 2-0, but we're not sure. So definitely Chiefs won, but we don't know the score. That's all.
Absolutely, and you know, something about the best of two format is it really punishes you for, you might win map 2, but map 1 you only got like 4 rounds, so it really requires you to be consistent across all of the maps. Well, here we go. Streamline going to be advancing to the next stage of Group B with a win under their belt. Sneaky Assassin is definitely showing some promise here. Definitely, like almost like a Team Steel series that we saw in Group A. So we'll have to wait.
Kind of a quiet underdog that could get there, but so far just falling short.
Have to see if they can break through here to the finals. We're going to be back with our next game very, very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go too far. We're still here battling it out at the Australian Technology Park. We'll be back soon with some more CSGO action. Don't go too far.